Hello everyone! Today I'm going to share with you another favorites, and since my last two favorites have been relatively short, today is actually going to be very extensive, so we have a lot of products to talk about and I have so much to show you, from drugstore to high-end to lots of skincare and Asian skincare at that. But before we get started, I'm going to talk a little bit about my hair. In the last couple of videos that I've posted, my hair is natural. It's just air dried and I haven't styled it at all whatsoever. This is just my natural hair as is. And the reason why I have been leaving it natural is because I'm gearing up to have my hair cut. I think it is time to layer my hair a little bit, give it some more volume. My layers are getting so long around here, it just needs a little bit of a cleanup. So please forgive, you know, my grungy hair. But anyway, onto the earrings. I wore these in my YSL Fall 2011 tutorial and I have received so many questions about them. So I actually got them from my friend. I didn't purchase them from a store. She actually sells them and you can look at her website online. Unfortunately, it hasn't been completed because she's really busy with moving. But her company is called Feather Rock and they do designer feather accessories. So cute how they're packaged. These are bright pink ones. I love these. I like wispy feathers simply because I think it looks a little bit more whimsical than just, you know, standard straight feathers like these. Even though these are really cute, I like the silver barbel up top. She has tons of color combinations, and just keep in mind that when you are purchasing feathers, you want to buy colors that are geared toward what effect you want to achieve. So if you want really bright feathers, if you have dark hair like me, go for the really bright ones like pink or yellow or orange. But if you want a more natural subdued effect, you can try these green feathers that I have on. And these are really comfortable, super lightweight, they don't tug on my ears, and I have very sensitive skin, so generally costume jewelry makes my ears really uncomfortable, but these do just fine. She also has these really cute feather headbands. I'll take this one out of the package so you can see. It's just a standard elastic strap, and you can wear it just like this. Just poof up the top of your hair and pin it down if you want. It really just depends on how you want to wear it. But essentially, she has all these cute feather accessories that you can check out. She also has a Facebook, Feather Rock. And this is her website, which I'll link down below in the description box. Now that you've seen my nails up close, I'm going to talk about my actual nail color. I always write whatever nail color I'm wearing down in the product list, which is linked in the description box. So for any of you who didn't know that, my nail color is always, again, listed in the product list, which is found in the description box. So for those of you who always ask me what nail color I'm wearing, I'm hoping that you'll be able to reference that list in the future. I keep all the information in one place because no matter where I put it, whether it's in the description box or on my blog, I get questions no matter what. So I just put everything together so that you can see the whole list. Anyway, if you follow me on Twitter, you know that I just painted my nails last night with Butter London's The Black Knight. I accidentally wrote The Black Knight as in N-I-G-H-T instead of K-N-I-G-H-T, which is the correct name of the nail polish. So I do apologize for that slight confusion, but I really do like this nail polish. The only issue that I have with Butter London is that it chips so easily. As you can see, I painted my nails last night, but I have two large chips on my right hand already. And I have another chip right here on my left hand where the thumb is. This is undoubtedly a really nice black polish. A lot of people assume that I was wearing black with a glitter top coat, but this is the actual polish. And the only thing that I have close to this color is Lancome's Fall 2011 nail polish, which is a black with copper gold particles. This has multicolored particles, so it's really fun and it's very festive, great for holiday, which is what it's intended for. Butter London polishes, however, just chip too easily on me, so that's why if I want a glitter polish, I generally stick to Deborah Lippmann. I did purchase another color from the Butter holiday collection, and this one's called Tart with a Heart. I also posted a picture of the way this polish looks on my Twitter, and as much as I liked it in the bottle, I don't like it as much on my nails. It just doesn't translate as well. It's not very opaque. It has a sheer jelly pink base with lots of gold glitter and larger particles of pearlescent multicolored glitter. As much as I like the color, I would have to wear it with a pink base or a mint green base, something to really bring out the actual color of the sparkles. On my nails as alone, it looks fine on the nail bed, but my actual nail, because of calcium buildup or whatever the case may be, my nails are really white at the edge. So if you have nails like mine, you don't really want to wear this alone because it just makes your nails look dirty and unkempt. And obviously we don't want that because we are taking care of our nails, right? This too also chipped easily, not as easily as this one right now, and I'm gonna have to repaint all 3 of these nails because chips drive me absolutely nuts. And yes, I did use a top coat. I used the Butter London Hardware, which I showed in my nail polish collection video. It's my absolute favorite, but even that can't stop these from chipping. Generally, I don't like to wear my Deborah Lippmann Ridge Filler base coat with a glitter nail polish because it's just impossible to take off later. Speaking of nail polish remover, I really like the Sally Hansen Moisturizing Nail Polish Remover, and you can find this at Target or Walmart. I've used the blue version before, which is just the fast acting one, and I think that one's really good as well. I prefer the smell of the blue one as opposed to this green one here. This one smells more like acetone. It might just be me though, so you know, just smell them for yourself. Anyway, I can't say I highly recommend these simply because the formula could use some work, but the colors are undeniably beautiful, and these 2 came in a set from Ulta. They were 2 for $25, and generally Butter London polishes are $14 a piece, so I would have paid $28. So I saved $3, but I also used my 20% off coupon from Ulta, so I got these for a pretty good deal. So I can't complain, but if you don't like the chipping, if you can't tolerate glitter polishes that crack or chip easily, do avoid these. Since we talked about the Sally Hansen nail polish remover, I might as well go with the Sally Hansen nail clippers. This one's the fingernail clipper and this one's the toenail clipper. I think it's really well ergonomically designed. The cushion is really comfortable, even though it's not padded. It fits really easily into my hands and it doesn't slip. Also, the nail catcher right here is really handy and it doesn't come loose, so you don't have particles of nail shards everywhere. It just empties right into the trash can. It's nice and hinged well. And same thing with the larger toenail clip. They were definitely on the more expensive side. I think together I paid almost $20 for these, if not more. But I bought mine at CVS, and CVS is always more expensive. So I would recommend purchasing these at a Walmart or Target. Now for a Revlon nail polish. For those of you who like colors such as Chanel Riva or Sephora's Havana Dreams, or is it Havana Nights? One of those two. It was released last Christmas, I believe, but this Revlon Blue Lagoon in number 92 is a really good alternative to those 2 colors, which are definitely a lot more expensive than this one. I believe I paid $4 for this, and it wears really well. I have it on my toes right now, and it looks good. It hasn't chipped yet. I didn't even put a base coat on, but it looks nice, and the shimmer is very noticeable. So if you didn't like the fact that Chanel Riva's shimmer is only noticeable in the sunlight, then you might want to try this one out. Now for the lips. On my lips today, I am wearing the Shu Uemura SSPK 337 Rouge Unlimited Supreme Shine Lipstick. And yes, that's a long name, but I absolutely adore this. For those of you who are asking where you can purchase Shu products now since they've pulled out of the US, you can go to the website, which I will link down below in the description box. It's a little more neutral and a lot frostier than I expected. The shade description on the Shu site claimed that it was a warm pink. I think I should have ordered the cool pink, but I'll probably do that another time because I still really do like the formula. It's very hydrating. It's a lot similar to Chanel Rouge Coco Shines. In fact, I think this one might be closest to Evasion or Boy, even though it looks most like Chance on the back of my hand. I adore the clear acrylic, and I just think it holds up really well, but it's just a really nice lightweight bullet. I also ordered the brow pencil that everyone raves about. I just hadn't gotten around to trying it, but I really wanted to try something other than my Shiseido Natural Brow Pencil, which I always wear. So I ordered that one in Stone Black or Stone Gray, one of the two. I didn't purchase the Seal Brown because even though that's everyone's favorite, my natural brows are not brown. So I always look for a natural gray or a natural black pencil simply because it actually is my natural brow color. Okay, now for my last lip product. This is the Glossimer in 297 Sweet Beige, and this is from the holiday collection. I love Chanel Glossimers, and this one has to be one of my favorites that Chanel has released all year. And that's saying a lot because I haven't purchased many Glossimers since last year. And the reason being is that my medium pigmented lips just show the glitter particles. It doesn't really show the difference in base colors, even though the base of the Glossimer gel glosses look different in the tube. On my lips, it just doesn't translate that way. So I stopped purchasing them, but this one is a milky nude, and it's just pink enough so that it doesn't make my lips look dead. I'll swatch it for you on the back of my hand. And I will be reviewing this on my blog, but the pigmentation is actually really good for a Glossimer, which tend to be sheer. I didn't use this in the Chanel holiday tutorial simply because I wanted to use the Triumphal gloss, which is the red liquid lipstick looking gloss that I used, but I still really love this and it makes a great alternative to a red lip for this season. I actually plan to use this on top of my new Tom Ford lipstick in Soft Sable. Oh no, excuse me, it's Sable Smoke. And I will be reviewing Tom Ford lipsticks and the rest of his makeup line next week, I believe. Maybe the week after. It just depends on how long it takes me to test out the products and make sure I really get a good feel for them. Now for the cheek products. As you guys know, I recently acquired some Dolce & Gabbana cosmetics, and this is the blush in tan, but this is now my ultimate contour powder. And I used to use Benefit Hoola religiously simply because it was matte and it blended really well into my skin. But recently I realized it was starting to look a little bit orange, and Benefit Hoola is actually not as orange compared to other bronzers. So this one, but in tan by Dolce & Gabbana, is actually a little ashy looking when you first open up the pan. But on the face, it just translates so well. It's like a really natural contour color. You have to try it on the face. If you just look at it in the pan, you will think, oh, that is not gonna look, it's gonna look like dirt, but it really doesn't. It really contours the cheek, makes it look nice and sculpted. It's easy to wear, it lasts all day, and I highly recommend them. I think Dolce & Gabbana cheek products are now my favorite, and that's saying a lot simply because I love my Chanel cheek products. Chanel makes the best shimmers. I think Dolce & Gabbana's are really nice and matte and just gorgeous in texture. Now for some fancy cheek products. I know a lot of you love Asian makeup, but where I live, even in SoCal, even though there is a small Asian community around me, it's hard to find Asian beauty products. And I don't particularly seek them out anyway, simply because it's really hard for me to keep track of the designer collections and keep track of all the Asian collections too, you know? There's only so much that I can do. But these days, I've been looking more into Jill Stuart, and I've tried 2 of her blushes now. This one is in number 6, Little Anemone, and this is the loose cheek color. I don't know if that's the actual name, but it comes in this gorgeous compact. And considering that it's made out of plastic and silver, it actually doesn't attract fingerprints that much. But anyway, this one comes with a cover on the top because it's a loose powder blush. I also recommend keeping this little vent here simply because the powder is super messy. It does have this mesh layer that covers the powder so you don't pick up completely loose products. You just push the brush on top of each color. This one is the bright pink and this one is the highlighter pink. I like to swirl them together to create a nice baby pink. And I'm actually wearing the blush on my cheeks as well. It does come with a really nice brush, and you just push the trigger up and then push it to the left. So you're viewing right, my left, and it keeps the brush nice and steady. This blush doesn't last all day on me, but it is a very fine, loose powder. So if you want a really natural looking blush, I do recommend you give this a try. It is very shimmery, almost to the point of frosty though, so just keep that in mind because I know there's a lot of you that don't like the frostiness in your pink blushes. Now this is a powder blush, a pressed powder, and this one has the chain attached to the brush with the compact. I think you can unhinge it right here. It's like a jewelry hinge, but I actually like to keep them attached so that I don't lose the brush. I actually wish that they would do the same thing for this loose powder compact, simply because as you guys know, I'm very prone to losing things, so it just helps me keep track of this all. This is number 13, Milky Strawberry, and it's a gorgeous compact. I really love this one. The overall shade, when blended together, looks really similar to number 6, Pink Anemone, but I find that this lasts longer on the skin. A lot of people do find that it is chalky on first touch, but I think that if you just blend it in really well, it doesn't show as powdery on the skin. You just swirl all 4 colors together with the compact brush. And then you can actually use this light pink here, which is showing up as more of a white, and just pat that as a highlighter onto the tops of your cheeks. So it is a pretty versatile product. And the last Joel Stuart product that I have for you is one eyeshadow palette. This is in Dazzling Moon number 8. And this is in the Illuminance Eye series, I believe. It's a really nice smoky eye palette. And you wouldn't think so because the shades are very shimmery. It has that glitter iridescence that is common in a lot of Asian makeup lines, but generally I don't wear these shades, and I have enough blue eyeshadows as it is, but on the eye it doesn't really translate to a blue. It's just like a really smoky grayish tinged blue, and I really like it. I wore this in a couple of my videos earlier in the month, I believe, and I got a lot of compliments, so definitely check this out. The reason I chose Dazzling Moon over any of the other colors is because I don't really wear pink eyeshadows often, but Jill Stewart loves including pink eyeshadows in her palettes. So this is why I purchased number 8, but obviously if you like pink shadow or if you like really nice pastel shades, you can definitely give them a try. But I would recommend you use a glitter primer like the Too Faced Glitter Glue, simply because there are a lot of glitter particles in this particular shadow quad. Now for some more eye products. Today on my eyes I'm wearing the Dolce & Gabbana eyeshadow palette in gold. This is the Duo and I absolutely adore this. I wear this all the time, and in fact I like the shade, the warmer copper shade here, more. And generally I don't like very warm eyeshadows, but I'm in love with this particular shade. It's actually very similar to the Armani Eyes to Kill in number 5, which is actually one of their most popular shades. But in fact, I like the Dolce & Gabbana shade a little better. Even though this is a pressed shadow, it's very creamy and applies very easily to the lids. It actually lasts all day, even when I don't wear a primer, and it only fades slightly. This is the D&G color, and this is the Armani Eyes to Kill. I don't know if it's very apparent on camera, but the D&G shadow is more of a brighter goldish copper, whereas the Armani is more of a gilded bronzy gold. This one's obviously a little bit more orange tinged, whereas the Armani color is more of a brown. I really love both shades, and they're different enough that you can buy both and still wear them for different purposes. I just find that these days, this particular gold brightens up my complexion a little bit more because I am on the tanner side still. That's all for the makeup this month. Now I'm going to start with the skincare and other miscellaneous products. This is the Duo Lash Glue that I purchased from Sephora. It's a really good deal considering how much product you get, but I think I've developed a reaction to this. At the Beauty Social that was hosted by Beautylish about 2 weeks ago, I believe, I just could not stop weeping. My left eye was just crying the entire day, and I was wearing false eyelashes, and not even waterproof liner would stick to my eye. It was just bleeding everywhere, and it was a wreck. I couldn't fix it. My eye was just not having it that day. But the only thing that I had changed in my routine that day was using this glue. So I can't tell you for sure that this is the culprit. Maybe my eyes were just sensitive that night because I didn't get enough sleep. However, I have this smaller bottle that I purchased from CVS a couple months ago, and that one is just fine. I'm using that particular glue today. It's just this one from Sephora, the extra large bottle, that's giving me issues. And I do feel though that this formula has changed it a little bit. This particular duo is more watery, it's thinner, and it doesn't dry as fast. It doesn't get tacky as quickly, and it doesn't hold my lashes as well. So I'm going to order the Dolly Wink eyelash glue and see if that works out any better for me. Now I have this NARS eyeshadow primer. I am sorry for how dirty it looks, but for some reason, this white bottle attracts so much dirt. It attracts fingerprints and every other thing that you can possibly imagine. Anyway, I wasn't a fan of this when I first purchased it, but as you can see in my recent tutorials, I've been using it a lot. My By Terry eye primer is exorbitantly expensive, and though it's a great eye primer, it's not necessarily the best eyeshadow primer. This is most similar to Urban Decay's in texture, but I feel as though it holds my eyeshadow color longer. I don't see as much creasing, and it's easier to blend on top of this primer once it dries, as opposed to the Urban Decay. Now for eye creams. As you guys know, in my skincare video, I told you that I was looking for a new eye cream, and I totally forgot that I had this Shiseido The Skincare Eye Moisture Recharge, and I had been using it since last year, but I just forgot about it. And I found it in the bottom of my stash after one of my subscribers reminded me of how great this is, and I started using it again and my eyes feel so much better. But then my friend Lisa told me about this company called Jeune Organics, and I met the owner at the Beautylish Beauty Social, and he gave me the moisturizing eye cream to try because she talked about it so highly to me. It doesn't even have a super rich consistency, which made me think at first, how is this going to hydrate my eyes if it's not even as dense as my Shiseido Eye Care Gel? But surprisingly, as thin as the texture of this eye cream is, it moisturizes so well. If I don't use it for 2 days, I can definitely see the difference. And just as a comparison, I also bought the Bobbi Brown Extra Eye Repair Cream because one of my subscribers on my Facebook told me they really liked this. And as much as I like this, it doesn't hydrate my eyes as well as this particular Jeune. And let's just say this Bobbi Brown eye cream is far more expensive than this one. So I don't recommend this wholeheartedly. It works, but it's just not worth the price. If anything, I think you should try the Shiseido, the Skincare Eye Recharge Moisture if you want a department store brand. But if you're willing to go the organic route, definitely try this one. Now for 2 skincare products that I've been loving for my entire face. I told you guys on Facebook that I found a drugstore moisturizer that could be my holy grail. And it is my holy grail. I'm positive now. I've been using it for the month and I know for sure that this is probably the one moisturizer that I will repurchase again and again and again. This is the Vichy Normaderm Pro Matte Ultra Mattifying Oil-Free Lotion. And I actually found out about this through the Allure Beauty Awards. And though I was hesitant at first, especially because it is a very expensive drugstore moisturizer at $22.50 plus tax, I trusted the Allure editors and I tried it and I love it. I have combination skin, but I still have a really oily T-zone, so I don't like to touch up. I never touch up actually, or repowder during the day. So I just want to look relatively matte, at least for the first 6 hours. And this follows through with the promises. It is a little strange the first time you try it though, because it's such a strange color and texture. It feels like one of those clay products and it comes out in this squeeze tube and it's green. It almost looks like a paste of some sort, but it blends out really well. And it keeps the skin moisturized but still keeps me matte. And the thing is, I wear a lot of sunscreen these days. So I've been wearing my Dior Snow UV Shield every day. I actually like this sunscreen more than my La Mer sunscreen that I showed in my skincare video. I tried the old Dior Snow formulation before and it was great for dry skin because it was ultra rich and hydrating. But this is the ultimate sunscreen for all skin types, I think. And even though this is really expensive, it does come with a squeeze tube like this. It looks like a BB cream actually. And it comes with 30 milliliters, which is the standard industry size for foundations and sunscreens, but I love it. I think it's definitely worth the money. I'm going to repurchase it over and over again for sure. These two just go hand in hand, really great together. So if you have oily skin or combination skin like me, definitely check these out. If you have very oily skin, these might not work as well for you as they do for me, but if you have combination skin, as in an oily T-zone and dry cheeks, these will do wonders for you. And now last but not least, face masks. So I've been trying My Beauty Diary face masks for a while now, and my friend Jenny sent me a couple black pearl masks. So I got this other set of 2. My best friend and I are going to try them. These are for whitening and restoring elasticity and luster of the skin, and I think it really does that. I personally don't believe that you have to face mask 24/7. Realistically, I do it once a week max. I wish I could tell you that I do it 2 or 3 times a week, but I'm really not that high maintenance with my skin. At the end of the day, cleansing your face is the most important thing that you can do for your skin, besides face masks, besides skincare. So just really take care of your face in that aspect, and eventually all this elasticity and whitening and luster can follow that. But the times that I have used this mask, I really do like the way my skin feels after it. The essence isn't too greasy. I can wear makeup on top of it after patting it in, of course. But I really do think that the My Beauty Diary masks are worth the money. They're not even that expensive. I actually used to use Shiseido and Lancome masks when I did treat myself to one, but the My Beauty Diary ones are very affordable and they work, so definitely check them out. And the reason why I got these apple polyphenol masks is because of my friend Ingrid, who you guys know as Miss Glamorazzi on YouTube. And Ingrid is awesome. She has really oily skin, so I love looking at her recommendations because I also tell my sister, who has just as oily skin as she does, about the things that Ingrid likes. So when I saw Ingrid's video on her skincare routine, she showed these My Beauty Diary apple masks. And these are for oil control and pore minimization. And they actually do work to minimize your pores. The whole idea of it is that the fruit acids will constrict your pores and that the essence will help to maintain your oiliness by toning your skin. And I do like it. I love the smell. I love apple everything. My best friend and I live together and we actually buy everything citrus apple smelling, and we even have apple dish soap. That's how much we like green apples. But anyway, I really do like this mask, and the thing about the My Beauty Diary masks is that they fit my face relatively well. Sometimes you get the eye holes and the nose holes really far apart or really wide, but these actually suit my face shape. And they're a little wide around the jaw area, but they fit really well around the forehead and the eyes. So I do like that a lot. If you're interested in those face masks, you can purchase them from yesstyle.com. And that's also where I got the Jill Stuart makeup, as well as this Dior Snow UV shield, which by the way is now available at American department stores like Nordstrom's, Neiman Marcus, and I believe even at Macy's now. So even though this review was really long, I hope you didn't find it too tedious. I try to go over as many products as quickly as possible, so if you have any further questions, just leave them down below and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye!